Mr. Shyam Prasad. Just welcome to my podcast and welcome to my channel wherein I'm inviting the multiple guests so that I can add some value in the life of my audience. And definitely, your presence today is going to give immense of knowledge of the film industry today because we have numerous people around us who are really like struggling to move into this industry, and even they have some misconceptions. They are not just have the clear thoughts about the industry. So it would be really pleasure and great if we will be able to know more about you. Can you please introduce to our audience?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Miss Sonali. It's great connecting with you today. And it's lovely that you're doing so many interactions with so many people so that it brings a difference to other people's lives. So it's a great thing that you're doing. And I appreciate your initiatives with all regards. And it's a pleasure connecting today and talking about films and my career as well. So I am Shyam Prasad. I am an actor. I've acted in 14 films till now as character artist. And my predominant language has been Tamil, in which I've acted. I've acted in short films in Telugu language as well. So, in terms of films, if you we'll just jump into the wagon so that it will be easy for us to take the conversation ahead. So, I think film itself is a language. So, there is no language barrier. So, we'll start with this first
Yeah,
of all. So, anybody can try films in if they are thinking of pursuing a career in films. It is very much possible because films reflect our lifestyle also. Even a lot of filmmakers they bring their own stories, own life stories into films, and films have been inspirations from real life stories. And real life people take positive changes from the film and they implement in their lives. So it's either ways. It's a give and take policy. Yeah, you can start
definitely,
asking from here.
definitely. Sure, sure. Okay. So before proceeding, it would be really great. You also want to know something about me because you
Yeah,
are on my channel. So let me
yeah,
introduce myself. I am
yeah.
Sonali Gupta. Basically, I am an Indian, but somehow 2 years back I left India and I am an NRI and I stay in Qatar. And I have the rich experience in the professional world of the 9 years into the training and development department, and then after I moved to Qatar, and fortunately I blessed with a baby recently.
That's
And so,
awesome. Great. Congratulations.
thank you. And that was the moment I decided to enter into the entrepreneurship. And now I am a digital entrepreneur and an influencer, and doing the great job and wonders into the people's life by bringing out the values from the different industries.
Yeah, yeah, that's so awesome. Really sounding great. It sounds very solid. I really appreciate all your
Mhm.
initiatives. It's a great thing actually. Not many people have the courage to do it, and you're doing it, and it's our duty to encourage you. So happy to join you in the conversation.
Definitely. Your appreciation matters a lot, Mr. Shyam.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank you.
much. Yes. So, just starting with the conversation, the very first question, Mr. Shyam, first of all, I would like to proceed with the conversation in the very layman's language because
Yeah.
there are people who don't have really not the idea of the insights of the industry. So,
True. True.
majorly, this industry is all about the youngsters because they have the mania, craze, and excitement of the film industry, and it would be very rosy, cozy of environment, and here will be the lots of luxuries and something like that. Although there are few friends of mine who are in the same industry and they are really working well, but somehow they have struggled a lot for the number of years, around 10 years. That is the reason now they are able to do and make something into the industry. So,
Yes.
like, I would, as an inspiration, I would love to hear your story, like how you
Yes.
started, and so that like the youngsters can get some inspiration before kicking into the industry.
Yes, yes, definitely. I'll share my story. As you mentioned about your friends, that it took more than 10 years for them to like succeed into the film industry.
Yes.
It's the same ditto story for me as well. It's been 11 years
Um,
since I entered the industry, and I started actually getting interest in film industry via my college. I was studying in VIT University, Vellore. I was a computer science engineer graduate, and during my college days, culturals was a great thing. Rivera, it's called culturals. I was one of the
so,
organizers, and I
sorry
used
to
to
cut you with this.
yeah,
Sorry to
yeah,
cut you in
please.
with this. So you were like a bright student or average student? Because there is a myth there, because there is a myth in the industry that always the like the below average or average students are more tends toward the film industry or the extra curriculum activities, because the bookworms are never going to or move around those industries. So is it like
Yes,
that only?
yeah, actually, you're like getting bang on the target. I was not a very studious student. I was an average student. But in terms of
Mhm.
subjects, I used to get marks, but I had a lot of arrears and I struggled a lot. I studied a lot to clear those arrears. Yes, that's the case. So I am a typical last bench student.
So that means it's not a myth, it's a fact.
Yeah, maybe in my case, yes, but we cannot say it as a generalized decision. But yes, in my case also, I belong to the same category. And
Mhm.
during the college culturals, I used to organize events. So I was into that creative aspect of deciding which event to do and identifying talents. And the main responsibility that I was given was to invite celebrities from the film industry as chief guests to the cultural events. So that was like immense learning experience. We get to chat with the celebrities and get their dates and speak with them about the event and asking them about their ideologies about certain things. For example, if you're creating a poetry topic on some topic, and you get to know what the celebrity is thinking about that topic, and it might be a social reform or it might be just a creative spark, and you get to learn the personality types and ideologies. So that was fascinating. And then I coordinated with few people and I brought in several few chief guests as cultural event celebrities. For example, I got the opportunity to invite Ulaganayagan Dr. Kamal Hassan sir as one of the chief guests in 2010. And that was a great learning experience. After that, I have met a few actors and directors as well. So the list goes on and on and on. And that was the eye opener for me. Okay, so there are so many point of views and different perspectives in life. Why don't we explore such? And I eventually got placed also after the campus placement in during the college, and I joined a company. But my creative pursuit was still there. And I think I thought that time, okay, I think I should enter the film industry, but I don't know where to enter that time. So I was like thinking, contemplating how to start. Then I suddenly decided, okay, let's resign the job. Let's jump into the ocean. Film industry is like an ocean, right? You have to jump into it.
Yes, yes.
If you
So you were
don't
into the
jump into the
corporates.
ocean, you will not
Earlier,
get the
you were
pearl.
into the
Yeah.
corporates. You were
Yes.
into
I
the
was there
corporates
1 year.
earlier, and then
Yes.
you jumped into this industry.
Yes. Totally.
It
During
takes lots of
2012 to
courage.
13.
Actually, it takes
Yeah.
lots of courage, because
Correct.
when you are working on the fixed schedule and the income,
True.
no, like you have the
True.
addiction of getting the income or the money by the end of the month, by the 30 or
Correct.
31st. And
Correct.
suddenly you jump into such an industry wherein the income is not assured and fixed
Yes.
in the initial
Yes.
stage, of course. So it
Very
takes
true. Very
lots
true.
of courage to jump into such ocean.
Yes. Very true. Thank you so much for like validating my decision. Today, as of today, I'm giving interview and I'm joining you live with the image that I'm an actor, right? So, but 10 years back, I did not think that I'll become an actor. I never knew. I wanted to enter the film industry, but I did not want to become an actor. I wanted to try out direction and story writing because we know that film is storytelling. In layman's language, it's storytelling, right? Nobody can say no to that, and it's visual storytelling. So you convey the story in shots. So like if you're taking a scene, there might be 10 shots or 12 shots or even one shot. It depends on the scene. You're communicating, you're telling a story, right? So that was fascinating for me. Okay, how visually can we and how creatively can we tell a story? And once I started trying opportunities to enter, I was not getting the right opportunities at the starting, and I wanted to work as an assistant director. So I tried out. I like met all the acquaintances who can connect me with the industry people, and so many things I tried, and I had few contacts, right? During the college time, I like have some acquaintances with the celebrities, and so many people. I found one contact, I found one project, I joined as an assistant director. So that movie, it took on for 2 years. The name is Kadam Kadam. So it was like a learning experience for me. I could learn what is direction, how do actors are shown in on screen with the director's staging, how the cameraman is like making the frames, how the lighting is transformed. Basically, the visual storytelling, you get to see it. and a few actors we teach dialogues, and in that terms we learn to get the dialogues by ourselves. Okay, so if we were the actor at that time, how we should have pronounced the dialogue. So the thought process, it was like very fascinating to we had that empathy to think about from the other shoes. And that film went on for 2 years, and finally it got released in 2015. So I
I will
simultaneously
say,
worked as an
indeed,
assistant
yes,
director
I will
and
say
also
you are
handled
truly
production.
an inspiration. Or if I'll talk about, yes, it was a really big decision. And even being a male, because a male has lots of responsibility, sense of, even I would say the primary sense of responsibility is on male. And being a male
Mm,
and a corporate employee, you have decided to quit that industry and to jump into the film industry. That was really a big
yeah,
decision, and even this courage takes $1 billion of courage. And I would say a very few people are there who have actually the real courage to pursue their hobby into the profession, because
true,
they love to do something, that is true, but they are don't like they don't have the enough courage to pursue it, because they know there are lots of challenges and there can be the failures which they can't face, and which they
correct,
can't afford actually. So
correct,
there can also be the reason the people are not doing and chasing the dreams, because they are afraid of the failures. And this industry
correct.
is all about the consistency, and just keep doing it. If you have not give
Yes.
up, then definitely one day you will get it, right? Something
Yes,
like
very
that.
true, very true. No, no, not something like that. Exactly the same thing. Like
Yes,
consistency, persistence, perseverance, patience, and that is the most important thing. Even talent, you can trigger talent, you can develop talent, you can you can trust, and you can showcase your talents by you can sharpen your talents. That is
yes.
always a
So,
consistent thing.
was there
But
any moment,
patience is very
was there
important.
in your moment in your life, like wherein when you jumped into the film industry from being a corporate employee, then in the initial stage when you were not that much successful initially, so there was any moment wherein you found yourself like I should give up, or like my decision was wrong, why I did so, any regret sort of feeling, or any failure or depression, or like I must say the negative kickback you got?
Mm. No, the thing is, like initially when I started, I luckily got a project to work on. So film industry is like, as you mentioned, it's 24 into 365 working style. We don't get to sleep, we don't get to eat proper times, and once we get into the job, it's like so demanding, and you have to be always present. You have to coordinate with the actors, you have to coordinate with the production, you have to coordinate with the location, you have to like schedules, you have to do everything. So there was not even a single second to think about that. Are we getting depressed or not? So once you
Oh,
get a
so
job, you will
best
not have
part
anything
was
to
you
do.
were
Once,
occupied, you
yeah,
were pretty occupied.
occupied. Yes, yes. So
Yes.
that's the secret of that. So since I was occupied with one project, that kept me alive. So maybe if the opportunity did not come to me, or if I could not find an opportunity, maybe that might there might be a space. But whatever it is, we have to keep trying. And once we start trying, universe will give you opportunities. So that's the secret. We
Definitely,
should not lose
definitely.
hope. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So after that
This
one
fact
film,
of universe actually works. I do
yes,
believe.
very true. Very true. Very true. So after that one film, that actor Talapati Vijay sir's film, and that film to the production. The person who referred me mainly was cinematographer Nataraj sir. He has done a lot of cinematography films in Bollywood. Jab We Met, Black Friday, and so many, Love Aajkal, so many films he has done. And even Dhanush sir's Ranjana, he has been the cinematographer. He was the hero of my first film. So I
Mm.
got that acquaintance, and he was so soft, so kind, and he referred me, and the entire team of my first movie, they guided me into the next project. So if you are working in a project, this is how the industry works. The longer the number of years you stay in an industry, the longer the number of people you are going to know. And the longer the number of people you are going to know, longer the people who are going to help you find the next project. So that's how it works.
It's all
And
about networking. It's
yeah,
all about
yeah.
networking.
Yes, and there are two, three things that you have to do. You have to be sincere, you have to be on time, and you have to be hardworking. So all these qualities, and along with patience. So once you get all these qualities right, you can always sharpen your talent anytime. As I mentioned, I did not try acting the start time. I was like during the starting time, I was trying direction. So direction and production, I got that exposure of getting into production and direction. After that, one fine day in a film, when I was working in production side, there was an actor who was supposed to act in a role. and the actor did not turn up or something. I don't remember what exactly happened with that actor. And there was an vacancy there, and people were in the last minute, so they couldn't do auditions or something. So they immediately told,
So,
"Okay, you go and act."
as per your
Yeah,
experience, what do you think? The
yeah.
direction is easy or the acting is easy? Which would you like to go with?
No, it depends on personal interest. And see, everything is difficult in life. So whatever we do with interest, that becomes easy. So that's the secret. So
Yes,
whatever we do, it's
that is the
difficult.
controversial answer. That is
Yeah.
controversial answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as per your experience, like what you found till now so far.
For me, both acting and direction is my cup of tea. I wanted to try it and I'm enjoying every second of it. It doesn't matter if I act poorly in a film, I'm trying to improvise. So next film I'll do good. It's like that. Always there is scope of improvement for everybody. Even if you ask any senior actor, they'll say I'll definitely improve my next film. So that is how it works. So I'm loving it. That's the thing.
You want
I'm
to
loving
sail the
acting and
both the
direction.
board. Okay.
Yeah, I want to say both the both. There are few successful directors who have shined both in acting and direction. So I want to be in that case.
Yes, yes. You have to
Yeah.
know the pros, cons, and every minor things over the ground so
Yes,
that you can actually make the imperfections. You can turn up the imperfections into the
correct.
perfection.
Very true. We have to turn the negatives into positives, is what you're clearly mentioning. Yes,
Yes,
very
and
true.
that you can do once you have already worked upon that
Correct. Once
because
you know the
experience.
process in wherever you are working, that will help you. You have to get your
Yes,
basics right. For example, I got that jumping into the wagon very starting, right? I was getting the exposure in production. I was getting the exposure in direction. I got the exposure as an actor, luckily, on that day. And from there, the kick started in me. Oh, there was a high feeling. Oh, as an actor, you're able to deliver what the director is expecting. So that made me the trigger, and I started right from square one. I started again going to offices, giving my photos, going for auditions, and trying to crack those auditions. There have been many, many failed auditions, but I did not mind about them. I want to get that one successful audition with that good character. So we have
every
to keep
new day is
on
a new
trying. Yeah.
opportunity.
Every new day is a new opportunity, and every new day is a new learning. The only thing is that what we have to ensure is that yesterday we were a person, today we are a person. We have to be
Okay.
better from yesterday. That's the criteria
Okay.
that we have
So
to set.
like, it was all about your experience and
Yeah.
the journey. I have a
Yeah.
very good question for you.
Please.
Two, three
Yeah.
questions I have in my mind, which I
Yeah.
would love to ask you.
Yeah.
The first is like, how about the bonding between the co-stars or the co-workers you have on the set? So, like, is it like that? Like, whatever it is there on camera, so off camera, they are same usually, or like it depends person to person or the individual. Like it varies from individual to individual.
Luckily, in my regards, all the people who I worked on screen and off screen, both were nice to me. So that I think I am lucky with that thing. As you mentioned, we never know how people will react, but luckily I have not met any person who was ill-treated or who was like misguided or who has taken advantage of me. All
That's
the people
great.
whom I worked was very sweet and kind and polite and humble. So I think that's another secret of the industry. I think once you
You
start
dealt with
becoming
the
humble,
supportive and cooperative people. That's the luck.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Once we are humble, people will encourage us. So people know that. I think there are no people taking advantage of something. I think everybody wants to shine. Once you want to shine, you have to be humble and grounded. So I think people know that in the
Definitely.
industry as well.
Yes.
They
So
don't
like till
disrespect
now
people
so
so soon.
far, like how many projects have you done?
Yes,
Approximately.
I have acted in 14 films as character role, and I have
Mhm.
handled the production for 5 films. I have I was an assistant director in one film. So that's how my industry summarizes, and it's been 11 years now. And I
Appreciable,
did not even
appreciable.
realize that 11 years has gone. Yeah.
Okay. And a very general question with
Yeah.
regards to female, I want to ask. There are few
Yeah.
females, I would say the most of the females are there who are good looking, who are actually want to go with this industry. They are good at acting. They have those skills, required skill set, which are required to be
Yeah.
into the industry. But somehow, because of the society perception, or even I would say the misconception in the mind of the people, they think it is
Mm.
not safe industry for the females. Like there are lots of things over the set or like off set they can face which are not into their favor. So is it true? like I want a very honest answer. Like, is it really true,
Yeah.
or like it depends from like set to set?
Okay, yeah, this is definitely when you talk about this, this is based on individualistic thought processes. There might be some people who have gotten into trouble. I cannot deny that because that is their own experience, right? Personal experience. It will vary
Yes.
from person to person. I cannot say that it is existing in the industry or it is not existent in the industry. There are some problems definitely who people have whom people
Mm.
would have faced, but the thing is, we have to fight with our courage. We should not let others take advantage of us. That's the first number of clarity that we have to get. If one opportunity is not coming our way, we don't have to worry and we have to sail on moving. And once you move forward, you'll find another opportunity. You don't need to succumb to the pressure or sacrifice anywhere. We have to have the guts to like stay strong. And as you are doing, you might have gotten a lot of what do you call opposite stands that you're taking in the YouTube channel or starting this initiative. But you have stood your ground and you have made sure that you have started the initiative, right? So that is what is needed everywhere. That fighting spirit, that hunger for creative thing has to be there inside, and that will take up all the challenges. That will overtake everything, even if there
So
are
how you are
problems.
dealing, basically how you are dealing with the situation and the circumstances. This is
Yeah.
also the story. If you are enough
Mm.
strong to deal with the situation or the people, definitely you can swim, or otherwise you
Mm.
will deep dive into it.
Correct, correct. We have to be strong. The world doesn't get easy, right? We have to get stronger, and the stronger we become, the more the world is going to be easy. So that is how it
Okay.
works.
So
Yeah.
as of now, you have worked only with the like South industry, South Indian movies or actors, or like you have explored something else.
Yes, actually, I was trying for acting in Tamil films, right? Because my native language is Tamil. So I can pull off a character, I can think about that character, and I easily become the
Mhm.
character, right? So we can behave as the character. So that was the initial idea. I got an opportunity from Telugu also. I've acted in a Telugu short film. I did not know Telugu, even though I don't know Telugu. But I have acted. So as I mentioned earlier, film is a language by itself. It doesn't have language barriers. Now, all the industries are coming together and making pan-Indian films. So the film
So
will
what's
speak
in
for
your
itself.
I would love to ask, like, what is in your wish list? What is your
Yeah.
next goal or step which you would like to go with?
Now I want to create a niche for myself in the industry. Like I have to get good characters, or I have to write good characters. I have to work with good directors for giving me good characters. I have to enact that character on screen properly, and I have to connect with the audience. That okay, Shyam Prasad is a good actor. So I deep down I have the desire of creating that impact in people's minds. So that's how my wish list is starting. And luckily, I've been part of like few big films to name. I one of the big film is Indian 2, that is directed by director Shankar sir, and lead was Ulaganayakan Dr. Kamal Haasan sir. And from my childhood, my role model was Kamal Haasan sir. And I see every movie of his, and I have got inspired so much. I never thought that I would be sharing screen space with the legend. And I got that opportunity in Indian 2. I'm ever grateful to director Shankar sir for giving a great character who actually stands opposite Kamal Haasan sir in the film. And as a fan, it is difficult for us to like be in the moment. But as an actor, as that character, you have to do the justice. So I have stood opposite Kamal sir in that film. And after that, I have got an opportunity in Vetayan. That's another pan-Indian film which got released on October 10th recently. And that is starring superstar Rajnikant sir as the hero and our mighty Amitabh Bachchan sir as one of the important characters in the film. I got an opportunity to play in that. So it's that we have to start trying, keep on pursuing our passion, and universe will grant us the good opportunities.
Yes.
Even though
So
the character is
luckily,
very
with the
small in
grace
Vetayan,
of God,
yeah,
you have your
yeah,
role models and the supportive, like
yeah,
co-workers and the stars with you. That is the very good
yeah,
part. Yes.
yeah,
So it is really inspiring that a person from the corporate is
mm,
jumping into the film industry, and that too doing good. That too doing good.
yeah.
So
Thank you
that
so much for your kind wishes.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, that is really very good. And my last question from you
yes,
is, like Mr. Sham, it was really nice interaction with you. And
thank you.
yes, and even I have also like seen a person inside from the industry and talking very positive with the immense of positivity. I am talking to you. So I will say the best part with the conversation was, like, I found you very positive towards the industry and the work.
Yeah.
You were very
Yeah.
neat, clean, and sharp about the skills, strategies, and what to do, what to not to do. That was very clear. So this is
Yes.
the, actually I found this is the secret. You are very kind, humble, and that I can see on your face. You are very looking very very decent, and humble.
Okay.
That is the reason, like, you are going with the flow, with the positive mindset. So mindset is our key. Mindset is our key.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Thank you so much for all your compliments. I think it means a lot hearing from you. Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
definitely, definitely. And in the India, you are doing so good. So I'm just asking if you will be getting any chance to go out of India and do something like that into the same industry. Would you like to go for this?
Yes, there is nothing wrong in experimenting anything. It's the work that we love, right? So, see, we
Yes.
don't need to
So
like separate
definitely, like,
borders.
you are
It's
an adventurous person. You are not
yeah.
that much like, you have to sail into the one boat for the lifetime. That's not like that. You would
Mm.
love to try the new thing.
Correct, correct. See, film industry is like an ocean, and I have sailed multiple boats, as you mentioned. I've sailed in production, sailed in direction, sailed in acting. So it's always the nature's calling universe. If it grants you a good opportunity,
Okay.
why not take it up
Was there
positively?
any chance you got into the industry that you have ever played the role of a villain?
Yes, yes. In
Yes, you
Indian
have.
too, I have played a villain son. Yes, I was eventually the villain, right? So I
So
stood
how you felt? How you
ideologically
felt
opposite to
after
the
that?
hero.
Like, did you think that role has impacted your
Mm.
personal, personal attitude? Is what like so?
Oh, no, no, it doesn't affect the personal life, but we understand the character, why that character behaves in particular way.
No, no,
So
not
what we
personal
have to
life. What
understand,
I'm
yeah.
asking is, like, if you are
Mm,
playing the role, okay, when you are living the character, you are justifying the role of a person. Then,
mm.
ever it has happened to you that after the role, you are not able to get into the real, real Mr. Shyam Prasad, and you are still
Yeah, yeah,
living
I
into that
understand.
character.
Yeah, I understand your thought process. It happens with most of the senior actors who are into method acting and so much things. So what we are getting as of now till date, we are getting character roles, supporting roles, right? So once a director says cut, we come out of the character so easily. So once we get in-depth characters, the problem that you mentioned might happen. Yes, it might happen in the future. And we have to be cautious, very, very sincere and true to that moment. If I'm talking to you right now in this video call, I have to be sincere to you. I have to listen to you. I have to share my knowledge, right? So the wherever you are there, you have to pay and focus the attention there. So once you are playing a negative character, be the baddie. And once you're coming out after cut, become the normal person, normal Shyam Prasad. So that's the secret.
Okay, so Mr. Sham, in the end, I'm just paying the lots of thanks from the bottom of my heart for your presence in my podcast and sharing your experience over the industry. That is really lovely and wonderful time with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Uh,
Sonali. It's a
Thank you so
great
much,
time
Mr.
chatting
Sham.
with you.
It was a
Yeah.
great time with you, and definitely, I hope the audience is going to get the values and the inspiration from your journey and the
Yes.
experience you have shared.
Yes.
And
Thank you so
I
much.
would love to have the suggestions from the audience also. If they will be having some doubts or things, I will be mentioning all the important credential or the details in the description part so they can check out and share their suggestions also.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sonali.
Thank you, Mr. Shant. It was really nice meeting you. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.